character issue. So I think it's just, you can see how low she's willing to go, I think.
Well, that's true. I never really thought about that, but assume that this rumor was true, which it isn't, but assume that it is, that it really is. There's tons of proof out there. Then, right, you are breaking this to someone, and that's a pretty big thing in a lot of ways. Strip away the gay thing, even like, right, that your husband's cheating on you. You would really want to sit someone down and say, like, we have really serious bad news, and this is not going to be okay for you. And here it is.
Exactly. I think there's a way to deliver that kind of information that would really, there's a more caring way to do it. You know, her delivery was horrible, and there was nothing, she was not trying to help. She was trying to hurt.
So when you had this discussion with Angie and you said Meredith is no longer welcome in your home, you're going to disengage, is that still the case today?
Yeah, you know, when somebody comes for our character, our money, our family, I mean, you know, they don't get a second chance with me. And I will say that, you know, if Angie ever tried to convince me that she needs to have Meredith here for any particular reason, I will not be here for that. So I will not engage in any kind of a relationship with her moving forward.
Wow. I am totally the same way. Once you do me dirty, you can say anything you want about me, whatever. But when you really come for like my business, my money, like something real, it's over. Like I wish you the best of luck in life. I will never engage with you again. So I understand.
Yep.
But that's it. So really, so like if Meredith was going to come over or Angie wanted to talk to her, you physically would remove yourself from the home.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm done with those types of relationships. I'm too old to try to recultivate those scenarios. And, you know, again, it goes back to just being careless with people's lives and the way you engage with people. You know, there's got to be rules of engagement, even with your worst enemy. And I've got to say that, you know, some of the things that we've been put through this season, I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they have rippling effects.
Absolutely.
And if Angie, I mean, I don't see this happening today, but if Angie said that Monica is coming over, would you also remove yourself from the home?
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
What about, you know, these new claims now that, you know, that Monica's putting all over Twitter that she fell downstairs at your house and they're not up to code and there's no railing and she's showing these bruises and saying she had to be rushed to the ER?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I don't know to what degree. I didn't know that happened when we had that party. So, you know, again, to me, it's just another layer of the messiness and the weeds that she's willing to get into to sort of create and perpetuate certain narratives, you know, that make her a victim. And if you know, just like from episode 1 to now, I mean, it's just nothing but victimization from top to bottom. And you know, for me, it's just you know, the whole stare thing again, it's just like, I don't want anybody to get hurt in my house. But, you know, the way our house is designed, we can do whatever we want with it. And, you know, the bottom line is like, you know, I'm sorry that she fell, but I can't take responsibility for that.
Right, because she's showing all these bruises and saying she wants the medical bill paid, and it keeps going on and on and on. She won't stop on this situation.
Yeah, yeah. From what I understand from some of the people that kind of witnessed the thing, it was just like she slid down on her butt. So it's like I don't know how legs and stuff like that got involved. I just don't know.
Maybe it's the same, like, let's just throw everything in the kitchen sink out there and see what sticks and make a mark
Well,
on my first year.
I think that's a great way to put it. Let's just throw the kitchen sink at this whole scenario and see what we can get out of it, you know?
Do you guys feel, you and Angie, like just overall, like you've been fairly edited? Like, is the show like an accurate portrayal of you guys and like what's happened so far this season?
You know, I think from a family dynamic standpoint, it's like, you know, so far spot on. I mean, it's just, that's our life, you know, our life is electric. it's being with Angie's dad and, you know, cooking and, you know, just where we're really engaged in the Greek community. So all of that stuff is spot on. Our Easter party, that's just, that is absolutely the kind of stuff that we do. So what you saw that day is something that is a constant for us. And it's not only Easter, it's Christmas, it's Father's Day, it's everything.
Has anything else shocked you about not even your guys' situation, but just like as you know, you watch the screeners or the episodes, like, you know, this is an interesting group of women. Like, has anything shocked you with what's gone on this season?
Um, you know, not really. You know, there's really nothing that's really blindsided me in terms of the other cast members or their storylines, stuff like that.
What about Mary? Like, do you know Mary? Does Angie know Mary really well? I mean, is Mary just authentically herself? Is this an act? I mean, she doesn't seem to want to be there.
No, I think that's Mary. You know, and you know, I don't know. You know, Angie knows Mary. You know, I wouldn't say well, but but that's just who she is. And, you know, and it sounds like, you know, from what we've heard from others that yeah, that's her. So
I mean, you know, her son is living in her house. He gets married. She doesn't even know. Like,
right,
can you
right.
make this stuff up?
Yeah, yeah. You know, unfortunately, I don't think this one's made up.
What about, you know, you haven't been behind the chair in many years. You run the operations. I know you have, you know, operations outside of Utah also, but where do you fall on the Lisa Barlow? You know, she was very upset. She needed her glam. She spent $60,000 a year on glam. She didn't want to appear on camera. I mean, are you at least team Lisa on this being in the industry yourself? Or is that just ridiculous?
Well, you know, I'm a pretty easygoing guy, so you know, my initial thought was like, come on, just participate. But you know, on the flip side, I'm thinking Lisa can do whatever she wants. She's amazing. You know, she does great. She can do whatever she wants, and Lisa is a great person. And I think, you know, you have to do whatever makes you comfortable. So I support her in that.
Like,
But you
listen,
know,
if you
as a
can
guy,
afford
it's
it,
just like,
right?
you know, as a guy, it's just like, oh wow.
You're like, let's just roll the cameras, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What about, you know, like you guys did have this issue last season for a minute with Jen Shah. Like, you know, she's now in jail. She, you know, said she was innocent the whole time up into the reunion. Like, did you have a lot of interactions with her? And like, were you shocked that, you know, because I mean, to me, I'm actually a lawyer. I don't practice anymore, which is more than fine. But, you know, to me, when the feds knock on your door, they're not just knocking. So, I mean, I was like, oh, well, she's not innocent because they're knocking. So, but a lot of people were shocked when she finally, like, were you shocked? Was Angie shocked? Or were you just like, no, we saw things along the way with Jen and we're not shocked at all?